Okay, so I'm going to create a new document for the purposes of making a pattern. Okay, and this could be used with any kind of shape. I'll do some simple shapes and I'll do one more complicated shape so you can see what to do with strokes so that they work correctly. First thing I'm going to do is create a square artboard. So it doesn't really matter what we're on here for recent or whatever. We're going to change this to inches, and then we're going to make our width and our height the same. And you could use any for this purposes. I'm just going to make them both 5 inches and create. So now we've got a square artboard. And let's make some objects. Let's make a rectangle. I'm going to make that have no stroke and make the fill green. And then I'll make a ellipse over here of a different color. And I'm making these going in and outside of the artboard on purpose. Okay, I'll make a polygon over here, make that a different color. And if I wanted to do some sort of a color scheme, that would be cool too. I could do like swatch library of, let's do nature and flowers. All right, I'm going to put everything in one of these color schemes here, like this one. This one will be there, and this one will be there. I'm just going to go right down the line here. It's one way we can use swatches. Again, I went to my little hamburger icon to get the new swatches. And then I'm going to do one, custom shape. Let's do like a leaf, since this is supposed to be about flowers, because I chose a flower color scheme. There's a leaf shape. And I'll use the green for that. And then let me do one more leaf shape. So using the pen tool. Now this one, just for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to put a stroke on it. And the stroke will be the darker green. Okay, and then maybe I'll add in a detail here. So of just a little extra something, for my leaf, a little extra stroke. What's going to be really important about this is that I select this leaf and I go to Object and Expand. And what that does is it makes my fill and my strokes, they'll be grouped shapes, but they'll both become fills here. And you'll see that when I zoom in. You may already be able to see it, but I have vectors now on both sides of my fill. And since my fill or my stroke actually overlapped it, it's giving me, a line here as the edge of my, see if I delete this. Right. So if I click on this, my filled light green shape actually goes into that. That's what that middle vector is. So I've got a vector on both sides of my edge shape and a vector for the edge of that shape. All right, so what I'm going to do here is, that's important because if when I cut this, right, if I had not expanded it, it would have made a new fill, or sorry, a new stroke across this line, and I'd kind of have a stroke for the top of this and a stroke for the bottom of this, and I don't want that. I want these to come back together as a light green shape. You'll see what I mean in just a second. All right, so making a pattern. Anything that crosses over the outside of our square is going to have to move to the opposite side. So I want to think about that because I know this is going to come over here and that's going to come over here. So I'm going to unbunch some of these things, right? Imagining that this is going to go up there. This is going to come, let's put that down here a little bit because that will go here. This will go there. And this will go there. And I think that'll be nice, but I'm just going to make a little less of that. Put it like there. I want to kind of fill up the square. All right. Now, if I turn on my rulers, Control R, get my ruler at the top, and I've got a ruler all the way over here. I can click on my ruler and drag down to the edge of my box. There you go. I can actually use that guideline that I just created to divide my shape. So I'm selecting that, and notice my guideline turned dark blue, meaning it's selected. Go to my Pathfinder and choose divide. Right, what that did was it made some separate shapes here that I can now select with my white arrow. I'll select this shape and that shape. Then take my black arrow or my selection tool, and I'll start moving it down. And once I start moving it, I'm gonna hold shift so it goes straight down. And I should see that word intersect appear so that I know that it is sitting exactly on that line. Now look, it's white here because I didn't grab, Control Z. I didn't grab that other shape here. I didn't grab my edge shapes. So I want to get this, this, this. And then I got to zoom in even further to get all these little guys. This happens a lot in Illustrator. You gotta go way in there. Gotta get deep. All right, got both of those. This one and that one. You can kind of test it by doing Control X to cut. Woo! All right, so I didn't get that. Control Z. Somehow I deselected this part, so I want that. Now Control X. Got them all. Edit. Paste in place. So now it's right there. Get my my black arrow back. Zooming out. There's my black arrow. Again, move it straight down by holding shift. Once you start moving, looking for that word intersect to appear. Sometimes you got to Control Z to get what you want. There we go, intersect. Okay. The rest of the shapes are going to be far less complicated. Adding strokes complicates things. The key was use an object, expand, and then making sure that you grabbed all the various parts. So again, to review on a simple shape, you're going to drag a guideline out like I just did there, but you're going to drag it all the way to the edge of your box, put it there, drag a box around both the guideline and the object that you're going to cut, go to Pathfinder, divide it, and then use your white arrow to select just the part that's outside the box, move it across, hold shift, and then look for that word intersect to appear, and you'll know that it's right on the other side. Here it is again. Take my this guideline, put it on that side. With that selected, I'm going to shift select this, divide, boom, move it across, hold the shift, and there it is. The last one I need to do is this one here. Drag down my guideline to the edge, shift select that, divide, and then click off to deselect. Grab this one, go shift up, up, intersect. There we go. Now I should be able to turn this into a pattern doing the following. I'm going to make a new artboard. And if I just click out here, I should be able to make a new artboard. Nice big one, way bigger than what I had before. I'm going to select everything and use the Alt key with my move tool or my selection tool, V. Keep calling it a move tool because that's what they call it in Photoshop. Drag this over, pop it up there in the corner. Once I've got that, I can do it again. Alt key, slide it over to the right, and I know it'll be directly on if I hold shift. Look for that word intersect. I'm going to zoom in, make sure it looks good. Yeah, look at that. Looks great. Now look what I can do. Drag a box around both of them. Alt, boom, straight down with shift. Check and make sure those line up. Looks like it. Looks like it. Doing good so far. Drag a box around all of it. Alt key, shift once you start moving. Looking for intersect and repeat. Look at that pattern. It's like so nice. Let's sell that to a wallpaper company.